find the right lot size you should be using whenever you're placing your trades. I'm going to show you how I do it, and this comes from a question in one of the Mission FX discords. Vitali says, hey Nick, in one of your videos I saw that you showed us how to properly size a trade based on how much you have in your account, and I can't find it. Could you make a video on this? I'm struggling on what lot size I should be using and how to use the calculator, and it's just all screwed up. So we're going to clear all this up here in this video. So say you go to the chart and we're on 80 JPY, and for some crazy reason you just think price is going to go down. Maybe it's a downtrend, break a retest to a support resistance level. Maybe you just look at the chart, you just feel like it's going to go down. I don't know. For whatever reason you think it's going to go down. Here's how I do it. Multiple ways you can do it. This is just how I do it. First, I get this short position tool here on TradingView, the thing that looks like this, where the green's in the bottom, red's in the top. This it helps you plan a trade, is what the use in it is. So say your entry is going to be right there where the current market price is at, and then you got to decide, all right, where am I going to put the stop loss or the pending hedge order or the invalidation zone, whatever. You have to figure out how much you're going to risk. So if we put, say we're using a stop loss, and we put a stop loss above the previous high right here, this is not specific to your strategy. You just do it however you want. Let's just say, for example, you think if it's trending downwards and if it breaks that high, it's no longer going to be in trend, so you'd like to just exit the trade there at a stop out. You can put your stop loss above the previous high, and then if it goes down, you'll make a profit. So what I do is I just set the trade up just like this. I put the little entry right there, and I drag this to wherever I want the stop to be. And then usually just for starting out initially and planning the trade, I'll just set it to like a 1-to-1 risk reward. That's just how I start every trade. And then I'll kind of optimize things and like use some trade management and kind of plan it all out as the trade begins to unfold. So your setup kind of looks like this. Now, if you look right there at the top, you will see that this right here says 65 pips. 65 pips for about a 65 pip profit target. And it's going to show you that right there. That number in terms of pips for Forex currency pairs is going to be right there. And you have the exact ones highlighted over here on the right side of the screen. So that's the actual numerical stop loss of the actual price. And that's the take profit. So you've got this all figured out. You're like, all right, sweet. So now I know that, regardless of what the lot size is, I want to enter a trade here. And if it goes up there, I'll stop out. And if it goes down here, I'll hit my profit target. Sweet. Here's what I do. I open up a new tab. I go to the MyFX book position size calculator. You can Google this, or you could just use this little link right here, Forex calculators, position size. And it takes you to this thing right here. It says position size calculator. Here's the first thing you're going to do. Really complicated. You got to select the currency pair, right? So we'll just click 80 JPY. Boom. We've got a little bit ways through it. Then you'll select the account currency, so the base currency of your account. Do you live in the United Kingdom? Are you trading on a UK account with GBP? Then you're going to click GBP. If you're in Australia, the land of the kangaroos, you're going to be starting with AUD because your account currency, the base currency may be Australian dollar. I'm in the United States, so I'm using US dollar as my base currency, so I'll leave it at that. Account size here, for the sake of absolute pure simplicity, we'll just say you have like $1,000 US account. Now, here's where you can do it one of two ways. First thing you can do is you can do the risk ratio in terms of percentage. So you can type in, all right, 10. That means, if this shows percentage right there, that you're gonna be risking 10% of that $1,000 account. Now you can also do the same thing. You can click this little option right here, click it, swap with money. So now you have the option to just put how much money you wanna risk. And then in that case, the account size, this little character field here, doesn't even matter. I use this. I like to just choose how much money I'm risking, because I kind of have an idea of how much I'm comfortable risking per trade. Sometimes 2,500, sometimes 5K, sometimes 7,500. So I just use this money USD right here. So let's say you want to risk $100. Now there's absolutely no difference between putting it in this way or swapping with risk and doing 10, because 10% of $1,000 happens to also be $100. So how I do it is I just put in the dollar amount here. So in this case, $100. This can be anything, whatever it is you're comfortable with. 1% of your account, 100% of your account, whatever the hell it is. So $100. Now here we get to put in our stop loss in terms of pips. So we go back to the chart where this little arrow was pointing. That's it. Right here, to the right. 65.3 pips. I normally just round it to the nearest whole number. And usually what I'll do is I'll just add an extra pip to it. I'll just round up. Like that way I've got, instead of 65 pips, I would just use 66 pips as the stop loss. So that's the distance. The stop loss is the distance from your entry to the actual area where you want to stop out at and close the trade if you're wrong. So In this case, it's 66, so we just type 66. The trade size in lots, you don't have to worry about this, you just leave it at 1. And then down here, it's just going to show you the exchange rate of USD JPY, which is the quote currency because it's 80 JPY. You don't have to worry about any of that. What you're going to do is you're going to click calculate. Okay, so we're going to click it together, and down here it shows you'll be using 0.22 standard lots. That is the actual lot size. So let's kind of look at the high level here. Let's go back to the damn chart here, and let's kind of play it out. All right, let's just write out the little logic here. So if you sell using a 0.22 standard lots, what this means is that if you enter a sell, we'll just drag it up here a little bit. So we enter a sell using 0.22 standard lots. If price goes up to this stop loss right here, that will stop us out at $100 worth of loss. Okay, so what you would do then, and then obviously if it goes in here to the target, then you will be in $100 profit. So then what you would do is you go to your MetaTrader terminal, and then on your MetaTrader terminal, you've got the little screen there. This is your phone, right? I use it on my phone. You could do this in the MT5 app as well on your computer. I just use my phone. But it's going to ask you there at the top, you're going to go to place a trade, and at the top it's going to have, like how much of a lot size you want. So on that little where you enter your order thing, you're going to be able to put your lot size in. There's also going to be a field below that where you can put your stop loss and take profit. So it'll say it's SL and it'll be red, and you can put your stop loss in there. So in this case, it's 95.79. So we would just put 95.79 in the MetaTrader 5 terminal right there where it says stop loss. I think stop loss is first. Maybe it's TP. I'm not sure. But wherever it's the red and it says SL, that's where you'll put the stop loss. And then you're going to say, all right, where the hell's the target at? Well, it looks like it's 94.47. It's nice and conveniently highlighted here in green. So we do the same thing, 94.47. We'll just round that up to 0.48. 94.48. So 94.48. And then what you'll do is you've got the lot size, which we'll just for the sake of keeping it realistic here, we'll put 0.22. So you put in your lot size, you put in your stop loss value, and you put in your take profit value. And then at the bottom of the screen, there'll be like the little option where you can like place trade, or it'll put like sell AUD JPY 0.22 lots. And then you'll click sell, and then you have entered the trade. And if you've pre-programmed everything in with your stop loss and take profit, as soon as it gets to your stop loss or your profit target, it'll just automatically close your trade there, either at $100 loss or $100 profit if you set the trade up here using a 1-to-1. You can use a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. You can use, if you're crazy, you can use a negative risk to reward ratio where you're like risking $100 to make maybe like $25. If that's just your thing and you just like stuff like that, I'm not going to stop you. It's a free country here in America. You could do whatever the hell you want. But that's how I set it up. So again, for the sake of simplicity, you'll go here to the chart. You'll find whatever random trade you want to take, for whatever reasoning, doesn't matter. You'll set it up using a long or short position size tool. Same thing for the buy position, just vice versa. And then we'll do it again. Say we want to buy right here. We have a stop below here and then a target up here. So 1-to-1. This is a 50 pip stop loss. We'll do the same shit. We'll go to AUD JPY, account currencies in USD, account size is 1,000. We want to risk $100 on that. But in this case, the stop loss in terms of pips is different. Right there it is 50.3. So we'll just use 50. So we'll put, instead of 66, we'll put 50. And then we'll click calculate. So in that case, it would be a 0.28 lot size. And then you would just put in your values for the stop loss, which is 94.60 and 95.62 in that MetaTrader 5 terminal whenever you're going to enter your trade. And the lot size in this case would be 0.28. You'd use a 0.28 lot size. That means that if price goes down here to that area, you will be in $100 of loss. And if you put your stop loss into your MetaTrader 5 terminal at the time you enter the trade, it'll automatically close it there at $100 loss. Or if it goes up, 50 pips, 51 pips. If it goes up 50 pips, then it will close you automatically in profit at about $100 profit. And that's it. It's pretty simple. You just do the markup on TradingView. You get the pip value, the distance from the entry to your stop loss. You go and plug that in here to this little position size calculator, let it work its magic. And you just go back to your MetaTrader 5 terminal on your phone or on your computer, whichever one it is you're using, and you just use that position size. and then you just program in the stop loss and the take profit. And that, my friends, that is how you find the appropriate lot size to enter whenever you're trading. Unless you just want to be a complete degenerate and not use a stop loss, that is perfectly fine as well. You don't have to. This is America, at least where I'm at right now. You can do whatever the hell you want. But that's how I use the position size calculator, and that's how I select my lot size. Hope this helps you all. Cheers.